Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I've already addressed this in my other videos if you've been watching me, but I'm very sick right now. That's why my voice sounds like this, but getting on to the video. Today I'm doing a video that was requested by a viewer. So as you guys probably saw in my last Zodiac video, I said that if you guys want to suggest a video, then you let me know on my Instagram. You can check it out down below and you just DM me and follow me and I will definitely consider all the ones that I get there. So today it is submitted by Claire J, I don't know how to pronounce it, it's like Jeeeh. Claire G, and she says, how to guess someone's zodiac sign. She gave me a lot of suggestions, thank you Claire. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking about how you can basically guess someone's zodiac sign before they tell you, because the thing is, a lot of people are shy to ask, like, hey, what's your sign? When's your birthday? I'm not. I used to be, and my trick used to be like, oh, how old are you? And they'd be like, oh, I'm 22. I'd be like, oh, when do you turn 23? And then they'd say, oh, February 15th, and that's how you find out their sign. Today I'm going to tell you guys how you can guess a zodiac sign without knowing much about the person, and I can usually guess and I'm pretty accurate for the most part, but obviously not always. Sometimes I can be completely off, but yeah. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more zodiac videos, and leave me some comments down below telling me your sign and your thoughts. And one more thing, I'm so annoying. If you want to request a video, make sure you follow me first and then send me a DM with your suggestion as to what you want to see on my channel next. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna start with Aquarius because I'm an Aquarius and I just feel like starting with that today. Oh, I found my necklace, guys. If you guys watch me, you know that I lost it, but it's back. How to guess if someone's an Aquarius before they tell you. It's the really weird person, okay? If they just like do things that like are really weird to you and you're just like, oh, that was like strange, that's a good clue. If they're like awkward or shy around you when they first meet you and then you start to get to know them better and they're like super like out there, that's another way, because we can be really painfully awkward. Like, if they ask you lots of questions about yourself, if they're asking you like personal questions, want to get to know you, but they don't give you much information about themselves, that's another way that you might know that they're an Aquarius. They're very confident. A lot of them are skinny and tall. I've heard that a lot are skinny and tall and wear plaid. I've just read that a lot of places, so maybe that's a keynote. We're really, really sweet, understanding, open-minded, spiritual people for the most part, but we can also get really mean really quick, sometimes for no reason. We're very irritable and we don't have patience for stupidity. Pisces I can spot usually from a mile away, because for the most part they have their earphones in and they're either dancing or bobbing their head and they're just like in their own world. But then when you talk to them, they're like the most friendly, outgoing person ever. They talk to strangers all the time. All the Pisces friends that I have in my life right now, or that I've ever had, have no problem talking to strangers, asking strangers questions, making new conversations. Like, I don't know how they do it. I wish I was that social, but they're the ones that usually do that. They don't care what people think about them. They'll do things like in public that like are strange or weird, but they just don't care if anyone's looking at them. They like to dance a lot, I've noticed. They like trying a bunch of new things. They're very creative people, so I know that a lot of Pisces people try a bunch of different things. They're really snappy, so they can be really nice, and then in a second they just get mad over absolutely nothing. Like, and they're just like really feisty. Like, they have so much sass and anger when they get mad. It's just like, it really takes you off guard. And I've just noticed that about a lot of Pisces. Easygoing, chill, they're down for whatever, but they also have an attitude. They fall hard fast, and they're very loving people. So Aries are some people that you meet and you like them right away. Like, if you meet someone and you're like, oh my gosh, I really like you, like, you're the perfect person, like, they're probably an Aries, because they're usually just so perfect when you first meet them. Like, there's nothing wrong with them. Everything's just amazing. Then you start to notice like little flashes of their attitude and that the way that they like certain things, how they like certain things in a particular way. Like, they're very specific about how they do things. You can't really get them to do things your way because like they're just like really specific. They're really nice people. It's hard to crack them open, so they're not shy at all. Like, they're very outspoken, very nice, usually popular people. But you'll always kind of feel a distance with them. Like, you're going to feel close to them, like you're friends, like you're good, but there's always going to be a little distance that you have where like you just don't know what it is. You can't get like beneath the layer of like the person that they kind of show, because Aries, I feel like they don't really give themselves to everyone. Like, I don't know, every Aries, okay, not every, for the most part, I've been close to maybe 2 Aries that I've actually gotten legitimately close to, and I actually truly get to know them. But all the other Aries, I've always felt close to them, but it's not the case. Like, there's just like that distance that I have with them, and I can't really get to know them on like a deeper level because they don't allow me. And I can be like that too. So with certain Aries, I don't click because like we're both just kind of like close but distant, and it's just like really awkward sometimes. So that's something that I've noticed about Aries, that if I feel that with someone, then I would have been able to pick up on that if I hadn't asked them their sign. Because there was a time that I used to not ask people their sign at all. I used to just try and guess. So I'd usually guess Aries if that was the case. Tauruses are very nice people when you first meet them, very reserved. They're not necessarily shy, but they're like just like chill, nice, polite, friendly, and you just notice that they're reserved. They're not outgoing or outspoken or just crazy. Like, they're just like very timid and just chill. But also when you ask them questions, you'll get them talking because they're not shy. It all depends on the Taurus. So I've noticed that about them. I've also noticed that when you first meet them, they're very helpful. So you can get them to help you with things, or they'll go out of their way to help people with things. They're very, very giving people at times. You don't really see them mad often, but if you see a Taurus mad, I feel like you have to know it's a Taurus because their anger is just like intense, because they can be some angry people. Like, it's scary. They're very particular about things, and they're very stubborn. Very, very stubborn. They're know-it-alls, like, to the extreme. And they kind of like to belittle you in a way. I've noticed that a lot of Tauruses, like, belittle you, and they just, like, make you feel, like, less than. So if I meet someone like that, I just kind of assume they're a Taurus. Geminis are usually very popular people. I feel like the people that were like really well known in like my high school, or like even I guess at my college, I feel like a lot of them I would find out later on that they're Gemini, because Geminis are very outspoken, they're loud, they're opinionated, they give you all of themselves. Like, it's so weird. Geminis are just, I always say this, they're so interesting because when you first meet them, they're just like so cool. Like, you're just like, oh, I want to be your friend. I feel like they're very like real with you, but they're also fake. Sorry if my videos are overlapping. I know I repeat myself a lot, but yeah, they're very like real in the sense that, like, first of all, they can spot out the fake. So if you feel like someone's over analyzing you and you feel like they are like onto you for something, and you feel like they know what you're thinking, it's usually a Gemini, maybe an Aquarius too, but a Gemini, because they can spot out the real versus the fake in a second. They're like talented at it. Like, I can't lie to a Gemini because they're gonna know. Or they're going to call you out on it. They're not shy to call you out on anything. They're very outgoing, very outspoken, and they're pretty real. You get their personality, but then there's little white lies that they make up, so it's just kind of like weird because they can be really fake. Sometimes they tell stories, but their personality is like, love it or hate it. They give you their real personality. Cancers are so nice when you first meet them. I love meeting Cancers. Like, I know I meet a Cancer when I meet someone that's like friendly, social, talks to everybody likes them. Like, if I see one person that everybody just loves, even if they're like quiet, because a lot of times Cancers are really shy, but for some reason they're really popular and everybody loves them, because once you talk to them one-on-one, then they have such a great personality. So that's how I usually spot a Cancer, because they're the shy ones, but they're popular and social. So it's so weird. It's like contradicts each other, but they're really nice people. So that's how I can spot a Cancer. Also, they talk really quietly. Every Cancer that I've met talks so quietly. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're shy. I don't know, but I've never met a loud Cancer. I always have to be, what? Like, they just talk so quiet. I don't know why. Cancers are friendly, but they can also get really moody. So I feel like you don't see the moodiness until you're close to them. So if you're close to them, you still don't know their sign, but you notice that like their mood shifts all the time. They're ruled by the moon. So like, you know how the moon is constantly changing phases? It goes from like new moon, crescent moon, half moon, you know what I mean? That's kind of like the Cancer's personality. Like, it changes with the moon as well. So that's why my moods are always changing, because I'm rising sign Cancer. But also they're just always, their mood's constantly shifting, so just keep that in mind. Like, Cancers are very like moody, and their personalities change like depending on the situation and the time and like where they are. It's really confusing, but yeah, that's how I spot a Cancer. Leos are the loud people that everybody loves. Everybody loves Leos, like, I mean, except for me, but everyone loves them. They're always the center of attention, and people don't mind it, and the Leos love it. So whenever you see someone that like all eyes are on them, or like they're just like soaking up the attention in the room, that's usually a Leo, because I've noticed that like they're like the people that go to parties and like tell stories that everyone's crowding around them and listening, or they're like the ones that like everyone knows. At the workplace, they're like the super friendly one that everybody just like knows really well and really likes. Like Leos are just very loved people. I feel like when you get closer to a Leo, that's when you start to see things in them that you don't like, but up until that point, they're very likable people. They're a lot of fun. Leos are usually always out. So if you have that person on like your Instagram or your Facebook that like you see is always out, it's probably a Leo, because those people don't get tired. They don't sleep. They don't, like, I don't know. My best friend's a Leo, and that girl can party like 6 days in a row, and I can party like 2 days in a row, and I'm like complaining about it. So yeah, Leos are just like really social people, like always with people, with friends, with friend groups, like always. And they always have a significant other or someone that they're talking to or like dating, like always. Like they're never single. Oh, Aries too, by the way. I should have mentioned that before. Aries always has a significant other. Virgos are usually pretty quiet. I've noticed that like Virgos are outgoing and people love them, but they're also very quiet in social settings. Like when there's like a lot of people around, they're like that loner in the corner, kind of like the Aquarius. Virgos are very to themselves. They're very independent people. They're usually very artistic. They have a bunch of different hobbies. So if you know someone like that, then maybe they're a Virgo. Very charming, flirts. They charm everyone. They'll make you nervous. They're always analyzing you. You're talking to someone and you feel like they're just kind of like analyzing your every move and like what you're saying, and they ask you lots of strange questions. They might be a Virgo because they're always analyzing. They're very defensive. If you meet someone that like you can't really make jokes around, fuck, I should have said that about Taurus too. Sorry, I like forget because I don't write this stuff down. I just talk from what I know. Sorry, pause on that. Tauruses are so defensive and they can't take jokes. Someone mentioned that in the comments one time and I totally forgot to bring that up because it's so true. Tauruses cannot take a joke. You make little jokes around them and they just kind of get like really defensive, their guards up, and you're like, whoa. Like even if they say something and you agree with them, oh, you can't agree with them. No, no, I don't know why. They just don't let you agree with them. So yeah, Tauruses are like that. Back to Virgo. Virgos are very defensive. They don't let you really like insult them, and they don't really let you, I mean, why would they? But yeah, they don't really let you say anything wrong with them. They can't really take constructive criticism very well. Like they're very defensive. They always have a reason for everything. And I don't really know what it has to do with, but yeah. They're also very confident people. Super, super confident people. Libras are very open. If you meet someone that's telling you way too much in the first couple minutes of knowing them, they're probably a Libra, because Libras tell you their life story, very personal stuff. I'm not comfortable with it because I'm an Aquarius. That's just how I am. I don't care too much about certain things, but other things I really do want to get to know their personality. Anyways, they tell you a lot. They also constantly like need advice. So if you've met someone that constantly is asking you what they should do about certain situations or what they should buy or what they should wear, like they just like need advice on like a lot of different things and can't really make up their mind for themselves. Libras, they love to do that. They depend on others so much. Like they're not independent at all from the ones that I've known. I mean, they are and they aren't, but for the most part, they're not really. I've never really met a very like independent Libra. They always need someone else, like significant other, a best friend, a mom, a dad, a sibling. Like they just need someone like around and to like talk to and to get advice from and to ask, what should I do about this? They're just like really dependent, and they're very nice people, very friendly, make you comfortable, very, very comfortable, and they're not awkward for the most part. No, I don't think they're awkward at all, actually. They're very friendly people. You meet them and you just like, you like their bubbly personality. They're really nice and they're like very like just polite and friendly. Like they're not bitchy people. I've never met a bitchy Libra. I mean, they do avoid conflict a lot, so that probably has to do with the fact that they're not bitchy because they just don't like getting into problems. They're great to go to for advice. So if there's like that person around you that everyone goes to for advice, maybe they're a Libra. Scorpio. So the way that I get to Scorpio is how I always tell you guys. The eyes. They always have those intense fucking eyes. Whether it's the eyes staring at you from across the room or you're talking to them and that eye contact is just intense. That's how I can tell Scorpio. Even the eye color, for the most part, like it's a very intense eye color shape. it's really interesting because like I've met Scorpios and like they just have really intense looking eyes, whether it's the color or the shape, and I'm just like, oh, you're a Scorpio. And then they start doing that staring thing and I'm like, okay. So that's like the main thing. Another thing is like their confidence. They're smooth. They're very smooth. They're like butter. Like they can use a pickup line and like you'll want to give them your phone number. They're very smooth and just charming, very charming. And they're bubbly, super bubbly. Like when you first meet one and you're first getting to know one, you're gonna notice that these people are like so happy and bubbly. And I mean, a lot of the times that's not like them. A lot of times Scorpios going through problems and like that's their thing, to just be like bubbly. But yeah, you won't really know it. You'll just kind of assume, wow, this person's happy. I love this person. You'll love them when you first meet them. Like, you can't meet a Scorpio and hate them. They're just so nice. Sagittariuses are the people that you think are going to be quiet. Like, you see them at school, you see them at work, you see them wherever, and you just think they're going to be so quiet. Because every Sagittarius that I've ever met has always been this person. Like, they're just super, like, quiet to themselves, whatever. You start talking to them, they seem a little bit reserved at first. But within like that first day of meeting them, all of a sudden you get to know them so well because they like are so easy to have conversations with. It might just be the compatibility that I have with Sagittarius. I always say this, like I get along with them so fucking well. They're my favorite sign. But yeah, like when you first meet them, like I can spot a Sagittarius because I vibe with them. Like I can just tell because I get along with them so well. That's how I know for myself. I'm like, I had great talks with this person. I really enjoyed this person's company. I got to know them well and I let them get to know me somewhat. They're Sagittarius. It turns out they actually are for the most part. So anyways, how I can tell other than that is just by watching them and noticing like, okay, they're quiet, they're reserved, but then when you talk to them, they let them get to know you and they talk a lot and they're very interesting and they're very friendly. And they also have like that anger. You can tell that they have like a little anger in them, like they're feisty, but they don't let it out like too easily. But certain things do piss them off and they just go off the walls. Like they're like insane. Like if you've ever witnessed a Sagittarius angry, I mean, I feel sorry for you if you were the one at the other end of it, but like, yeah, Sagittariuses are really cool and chill and they're very easygoing, very helpful people, very nice people. I'm a Capricorn. So the way that I can tell that I've met a Capricorn is if I feel awkward around them. Obviously there's exceptions to this, but for the most part, the Capricorns that I've met make me uncomfortable. Like their presence just makes me uncomfortable. I don't know what to talk about with them. And it goes for so long that like I've known them or, you know, I've talked to them, but I still feel this way. Like it's so weird. I don't vibe with them. So that's how I can spot a Capricorn, an awkward person, more so than the Aquarius. Very awkward people. They're very hard workers. Capricorns are hard workers. I've noticed that they do things the right way, the proper way. They don't take the easy way out. Like that is a Capricorn. So if you see someone like that was loud. If you see someone like that, they're probably a Capricorn because honestly, they work really hard and they don't cheat things. None of that. They just work hard for what they want and they get it. If they're not the awkward type, you'll be able to tell because they're the complete opposite. They are extremely charming. Like so charming beyond words. They will make you nervous. They will make you swoon. You don't even need the physical attraction to feel that way. Like they're gonna charm you. I don't know how they do it. Oh, they have like stalker tendencies. So if there's someone that you meet that's like a little creepy, like mentions people that knows too many facts about certain people or about you or about anything, Capricorn. Maybe it just has to do with the fact that they like to learn new information. So maybe it's just that like, oh, they like researching things in general and people are no different than everything else. But like, I don't know, the Capricorns I've met, they're a lot of them have some stalker tendencies. Like I think I know like 6 like that. Like, so those were the 12 zodiac signs and how I can spot them from a mile away. Like I said, I'm not always right. Some of these don't apply to everybody, but from my experience, they absolutely do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you again, Claire, for suggesting it in my DMs. If you guys want to send me a DM, go ahead. Information down below. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay cute. Bye.